Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Hot.
What a lovely day!
Welcome back everybody to another Favorite Friday video. Today I'll be talking about one of DreamWorks Animation's best movies, the OG of DreamWorks. No, it's not Shark Tale. No, it's not Shark Tale. It is Shrek. Shrek was one of DreamWorks Animation's first movies, and really it's heavy hitter. This is, if you think of DreamWorks Animation, this is the movie they really talk about. It's like Pixar and Toy Story. They got that movie that is kind of like their baby. Shrek is DreamWorks Animation's baby. This was released in 2001, and in 2001 they had the Academy Awards Best Animated Feature debut that year, and Shrek won that year. This is a parody of fairy tales, and you have this ogre who just wants to live in his swamp. One day he befriends a talking donkey and discovers that all these fairy tale creatures are living in his swamp. He ventures out to Lord Farquaad, who had put them there in the first place, and he says in order to get the fairy tale creatures gone, you have to go capture and bring back my Princess Fiona so he can get married to her and become a king. I have vivid memories of watching Shrek, especially in fourth grade when this movie was released, and really enjoying the special features on the DVD where you could watch like the musical scene that they had where they had all these different musical numbers. It was just a lot of fun, and I remember replaying that so much. And I remember my dad watching Shrek a lot and pausing a lot of scenes and rewinding them. Like, Dad, why can't we just watch a movie all the way through? Do not pause it. Shrek for me was a favorite of mine growing up, and I recently just sat down and watched it, and I can understand why. This movie is terrific. It is so funny. Shrek has all the parts of a cliche fairy tale movie where you have to rescue the princess and you befriend someone, and it has all the cliches, and it knows what it wants to be. It wants to be a parody. It wants to make fun of all these fairy tale creatures like Pinocchio, the three blind mice, different things like that. And it's just poking so much fun at it and so self-aware, and going back and watching it, there's so many innuendos and so many adult jokes that I just did not catch as a kid. And I watch it now, I'm like, oh, that's what that means. The whole storyline is something that we've really seen before, and that's okay because this movie just feels new. Yes, it takes cliche storylines, but it just turns it up on its head and just has a lot of fun with it. Shrek is a very interesting character. Right off the bat, you just enjoy this guy. He's not too lovable. He's gross. He pulls wax out of his ear. It's gross, but you can't help but like really enjoy watching him on screen. And then you get Donkey, and Donkey and Shrek are completely different characters. Shrek wants to be left alone and he likes to be isolated. Donkey is in your face all the time. They have quickly become one of the most iconic duos in movie history. And the voice acting in here is perfect. The people they picked are spot on. Mike Myers does a great job as Shrek. He's always throwing his voice and having these weird voices. Eddie Murphy is hilarious as can be. Then you have Cameron Diaz as Princess Fiona and John Lithgow as Lord Farquaad. The voice acting is just great and adds so much to this movie because you really feel they're bringing like this character or something to life, and it's much more than just your typical movie characters. The way that they handle their voice acting and their jokes and their laughs or whatever, it brings much more depth to the character and just like makes the characters pop and way more interesting than any other fairy tale character I've seen in a long time. This movie is downright hilarious. There's so many jokes about like the little bears or the three blind mice or little riddles that you knew as a kid. It takes so many things that we've known as a kid and so many different fairy tale creatures and just makes them completely different. I think it's just so funny that they're taking these characters and just making so many jokes out of it, and it feels natural. Like they all exist in the same universe. So Shrek is a smartly written movie. It has a great plot that knows exactly what it wants to be. It's cliche, but it tells an interesting story about this ogre guy and trying to find love and friendship. It is hilarious. The voice acting is great. Overall, this is a really, really enjoyable movie. I watched it a lot growing up as a kid, and I still really enjoy it now. And I can see why, because it's so terrific and definitely deserving of Best Picture that it won that year. And it definitely is one of DreamWorks' best movie, if not their best movie ever. But in preparation for The Boss Baby, which comes out next week, I thought I would go back and watch one of DreamWorks' animation movies for this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Shrek an A+. I have next week's Favorite Friday planned out. If you'd like to vote for April 7th Favorite Friday, there'll be a link down below for a poll on which movie you would like to pick. Go over there and pick one of them. The winner I will review on April 7th. So thank you guys for watching. As always, you guys are the best. I'm really enjoying doing these Favorite Fridays. It gives me a chance to just revisit some of my favorite films of all time. I'm so excited to do next week's. This was a film I watched a lot growing up as well. So thank you guys for watching. As always, you guys are the best. This is Just Watching Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.